Hey, Nicole Huntsman, your astrologer from moderncosmic.com. We're going to talk about Sun-Uranus connections in synastry, so inner aspects. With Sun-Uranus, this is very different from Sun-Saturn, which we just did. Sun-Saturn would be, Saturn is about rules, it's about consolidation, it's about structure, status quo, keeping things orthodox, all right? Uranus is the opposite. Uranus is the disruptor. It's about breaking old structures. It's about striking it out on your own, following your own path, doing what it is you want to do. It can be a little bit selfish, and it's a little wild and crazy making, all right? So think of Saturn as like the strict father and Uranus as the crazy wild teenager that's rebellious, okay, doing its own thing. Now, when you think about how this would feel in these relationships, obviously, Uranus can be a disruptor to a person's identity or to their life, which can feel exciting at first. But if it's someone who has a sun sign that is in a sort of a placid, loving zodiac sign, such as Taurus, or someone who's got like a Pisces sun, then this contact can feel a little bit uncomfortable. It could push them initially to make changes, but a lot of times people who, I would say like a Taurus or Scorpio, any of the fixed signs, really, this would be a little bit more challenging for. Now remember, with Uranus, it's very slow moving because it's so far away from us, so it moves very slowly through our sky. If you go from the 1950s, Uranus was like in 1950, Uranus was in Cancer, okay? And as of 2000, it's only gotten to Aquarius, so it hasn't made its way all the way through, all the way through the zodiac. So you also need to consider the fact that it's generational. So people your same age are going to have their Uranus in the same place. And this is true with all the outer planets. And so that's why some people, they feel like, how come in my love life these relationships keep coming up, keep popping up, where they're marked by your Uranus or Pluto, or they have these really strong, especially if you're someone born. If you're born with tight aspects between any of the outer planets to your sun, your moon, or like your relationship planets, then you're naturally going to run into other people. People of your same age, their Uranus is going to be in the same place that you have your Uranus in your birth chart. So when you get together, you're going to have this repeated themes in your relationships. And the same thing can be said for, Neptune and Pluto. Uranus is, as I said earlier, it is a planet that can bring out a little bit of our selfishness. It just does what it wants to do. It's the freak flag. So it's kind of like, well, it's what I want to do. It is nonconformist, rebellious. So what happens here? If you're the sun, this person's going to come along, this Uranus person, and again, if they're sort of your same age, or if they're the same age as a lot of the people you've dated, then that Uranus is going to fall generally sort of in the same area. So we really want to look at tight orbs, okay? Look at orbs that are less, like 2 degrees and under. Those are going to be the ones that you really are going to feel as the sun person, okay? Otherwise, everybody has this aspect to you, and it will just be kind of the stat. It's just like the norm. You're used to it. Okay, you're used to interacting with people and having your sun aspected by Uranus if they're all like the same age. You know what I'm saying? So it needs to be really tight. Okay, when this person comes along, it's going to feel exciting. It has a lot of times this free love thing going on, or this commitment, making this a relationship that is traditional, is a little bit challenging with Uranus aspects to the sun. This person might be someone who comes along who feels like they're making you feel crazy, especially more so if it's the moon, but that's a different video. But with your sun, it's kind of like they shake up your way of living your life, okay? There's something about the way that they are that makes life a little bit, they're just crazy making. Okay, they're crazy making. It's the best way to put it. In particular, with the squares and the oppositions, there's going to be this element of non-committal, sort of a non-committal quality to the relationship. That Uranian person may feel they suddenly showed up in your life, and then just as quickly they disappeared. It can have that quality as well, which is crazy making. And there's a highly on again, off again quality to Uranus, regardless of the planet it's touching. If it's to the sun, that's like an on again, off again. You see each other, then you don't, then you do, then you don't. There's this element of being together and separated, together and separated. And if it's making, especially if it's making, squares, or it's those harder angles, those will really be, you'll notice that sense of on again, off again. There's an instability to the way the relationship unfolds, and the relationship will need a high degree of freedom. As I said earlier, it can be exciting. Look at the zodiac sign of that sun, though. That's so important, because if you are someone like, let's say you are we'll just throw a few out there. Taurus, okay, Cancer, Libra, Virgo. I'm kind of going backwards there. Even maybe Scorpio or Capricorn and Pisces. You know, any of these signs are ones that when Uranus comes along, there can be issues, whether it is because that person naturally needs a really strong sense of security in their relationships, they need to have things kind of be consistent, or if it's because this is a person who there could be a little bit, if you're a fixed sign, there can be issues with the security, but also control issues, like the Sun person feeling like they want to control the Uranus person or get them to kind of be more consistent. Like, it can be frustrating for the fixed person to have someone who's really, it feels flaky or spotty, the connection, it's exciting, but it's also like, okay, when am I going to hear from you again? Or, that kind of thing. So that can be frustrating for someone who appreciates consistency. So let me know what you think about if you've had Sun Uranus with someone. With other things in the chart, it can be fun. It can be a good thing. You add a little electric spark and magic to the relationship. As long as there are other things that are happy and that are stable, then it can work. And also, if you're someone who is a Uranian individual and you like that interplay, then this could be great for you because it enhances, it's kind of how you're already built. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, and leave questions or comments down below. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.